Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boyz who take the lead.
Ball chat.
Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to BCN Sports halftime show. I am Benton. Junior is running a little bit late, so he will jump on in a few minutes. Hopefully, everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. It's approaching 9 p.m. in the Eastern time zones. Yo, big up on yourself. Don't know, we have a jam-pack show as we do it every Wednesday. It's halftime show. On today's show, we have Champions League recap the quarterfinal first leg games in the Champions League. A lot of things go on, so we'll take a look at those results. You know, some of these ties might be over, maybe not. You know, we'll take a deep dive on the results. We'll then take a look at the Reggae Girls. Jamaica's Reggae Girls will get ready to play Antigua. And I want to appeal to all the Jamaican fans, all the fans of Caribbean football, period, point blank. The Reggae Girls is worth supporting. Big and serious. Jamaican fans who have a lot of energy right now supporting and discussing Rudolph Spied and what will happen with the Reggae Boys. Yo, Jamaican fans, focus on the Reggae Girls. Reggae Girls, the thing supposed to get a jam-packed turnout, hopefully, on Friday. So we'll discuss the Reggae Girls as they take on Antigua in the CONCACAF W Championship qualifier. And on the 18th of April, they will take on Guyana. Reggae Girls is on the dock. Champions League is on the docket, on the agenda tonight. We'll also discuss the Reggae Boys coaching situation. Not scenario, coaching landscape. Or Michael Ricketts has tipped his hand or tipped his toe into this Reggae Boys coaching discussion. He's back to put his full support behind Rudolph Spied and Miguel Coley. Had a lot to say afterwards. A lot to say regarding the coaching search and who he thinks should lead the Reggae Boys. We'll take a look at FIFA World Cup, FIFA 2026 Men's World Cup data survey says that fans aren't too excited. 6 countries fans were surveyed. Fans are not too excited about traveling based on the initial results from the survey. So we'll take a look on that. And of course, we want to shout out the CARIFTA Games athletes. CARIFTA Games just concluded this weekend. Monday or so. CARIFTA Games just concluded. For CARIFTA Games is for young athletes. A lot of stellar performances we saw at the CARIFTA Games. 200 meter. Big up to Shania. Shania Douglas was outstanding. Jamaica's Shania Douglas broke a record. So we'll take a look at the CARIFTA Games. Give a shout out to all the athletes. And the Bayesian 4x4 team was absolutely outstanding. So we're going to celebrate and big up those athletes. But it's halftime. We're going to kick it off with football discussion. We'll start where it's at. Like I said, Junior is going to be joining in a few minutes. He's running a bit late. We're starting with Champions League kickoff. We're going to look at the Champions League results. By the way, if you're new to the channel, thank you. Or if you're returning, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, or if this is the content for you. Make sure to also smash the like button. Yo, I want to play a piece of the tune here for the Liverpool fans then, because we have a lot of Liverpool fans that listen to BCN Sports. And I think it's apt to play a little piece of this for them, Yeah,
at the big league. Yeah, at the big league. Right now. Yeah, at the big league. It's a big league. Yeah, at the big league.
Liverpool fans, it's a big league, brethren. It's an absolute family. It's a big league. Liverpool suffered a 2-0 defeat to PSG today, and I had to draw a piece of that Mavado tune for Liverpool fans. This is the big league. Coach of Liverpool Arne Slot pretty much summed it up in that post-game analysis. He felt like, you know what, we still have a chance, but boy, did they survive. And I think he even alluded to saying that, you know, somewhat relieved at the end for the game to be over, and it only ended 2-0. Big league. This is the big league, Liverpool. This is where Liverpool is. This is the big league. Liverpool should not be hanging around in the Champions League much longer. Yeah, we just have to keep it real. No Mohamed Salah, and the story is not even about Mohamed Salah per se. This Liverpool team has been struggling mightily of late. Big up BM, big up BM. Hopefully you're doing well, family. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday. So, Liverpool coach Arne Slot said, you know, I mean, they go back to Anfield. They're gonna need their fans. They're gonna need their fans to rally behind them at Anfield on next week Tuesday. But the tie probably over. I mean, you know, all right. Fair to say that PSG should have won that game by a larger margin today. You know, so with that, from that aspect, I mean, Liverpool is still in it. It's only 2 goals, but the way this PSG team is playing, I mean, they are so impressive, and I mean, of course, defending champs. You know, it's hard to see how Liverpool comes back from this, and this is why I play. It's a big league, because Liverpool is not in this class of this current PSG team. I mean, they were demolished in this game. Luckily, it only ended 2-0. BM says, let's get you BM's comment. By the way, big up to those on the live. Come on and rock on in. I am on the ship until Junior comes in. BM says, it's all about the Reggae Girls this week. It's unfortunate they're not hyped and supported like certain other teams. Yeah, man. And I had, you know, I'm not really tell nobody what to do, but I think some of us vloggers, you know, need to do a better job. We need to hype the Reggae Girls, man. And we'll get to that in a few minutes. Here at BCN Sports, we will hype and support the Reggae Girls because, you know, there's been a lot of coverage from the Reggae Boys got eliminated about who are a coach, what did this person do or didn't do, which player didn't get selected, and all while this is occurring, the Reggae Girls is getting ready for a big game on Friday. I want to hear no hype out of the football fraternity. So we need some hype around the Reggae Girls, and my BCN Sports included. We need to hype up the Reggae Girls because, yo, the Reggae Girls are doing the thing right. BM says the Atleti versus Barca game surprised me. We'll take a look at that game. PSG are favorites to win the Champions League again. You know what? They're favorite to win. So they won the game 2-0. Douay and Kvaratskhelia scored that second goal. And in fact, that second goal that PSG scored, yo, Gravenberch was, you know, sitting there beside McAllister. He played like what looks like a double pivot. And Gravenberch could not stop Kvaratskhelia on that second goal. And I thought, yeah, brother, come on, Gravenberch. You're supposed to be able to be a little bit stronger to move this youth off the ball. But for some reason, of course, if he probably fouled him there, and if he fouled him in the box, it would have been a penalty. But the run from Kvaratskhelia was outside the box. He received the ball. Gravenberch was late to get over, and then it was too late to really kind of ride. And he rode the challenge excellently. Went around the goalkeeper and just put the ball in the back of the net. Yo, Liverpool defense right now is just potty shop defending. It's absolutely atrocious, and it's something that we have talked about this entire season. I know there will be pundits out there speaking about this player, that player, dog, dead and horse cow fat, but I think a lot of it is missing the central area, the central person who I think who should be blamed for all of this. I put it at the coach slot. I mean, you've spent so much money and yet you can't stop a sisters or the poor side from scoring from you. Sisters of as poor as Junior would say, or any bug side can score upon this Liverpool side. So, I think Arne Slot has to take much of the blame. And you know what? Go to back five. I don't care. Do something different. Double pivot is not working. 4 is not working. Slot spoke at length today about how Frimpong and Kirkish could normally run with this sort of pace and work with this sort of pace as PSG has a lot of pace out wide. I mean, Dembele, Dway, Zer Emery. These guys that keep moving. Even Vitinha sometimes is out wide. And even Mr. Lee, yeah, Lee is even fast. So they have a lot of pace. And they have a lot of pace. Barcola, when he's there, is also pacey player. So they have a lot of pace out wide. And when I heard Liverpool manager said, even Kirkish couldn't keep up. Even Frimpong couldn't keep up. You're surprised? And no matter if them can't keep up, Bregin. If they could run with these players, them still would have get dismissed. So I thought Slot was piss poor in his press conference. Junior is jumping on. Let me get Junior in here. He's calling in. Junior, Wagwan family, how you stay? If you can hear me.
I'm good. I can hear you. I'm just about 5 minutes away from the house, so.
Yeah, Junior, make sure you don't roll up on your yard surprise. You need to let people know that you're showing up because, No, you don't want to show up at home and get any surprises.
I don't want to be like Virgil and be caught out of space.
Exactly. We're in the football recap segment of the halftime show, family. PSG 2-0 over Liverpool. I was just talking about, by the way, you're doing all right, all things?
Yeah, but everything good on my end. All things are your end. The bun and cheese done?
Bun and cheese done. Now we're in weight loss. Segment of the bun and cheese phase.
Yep.
And actually, come on, big up yourself, come on, turn me on to these water crackers, cinnamon flavored water crackers, and they're not bad. So maybe there's another problem loading for non-Jamaican audience. As I mentioned a few weekends ago, butter and cheese is a big thing for Easter weekend in the Jamaican community. Junior, now to the football because it's ball chat, BCN Sports halftime show. Slot, coach of Liverpool, I played the big league, a little clip of the big league by Movada, so YouTube might run in later on and do a snippet sort of copyright issue. But there are levels to this, Junior, and Slot said, he pretty much happy that they only went down 2-0 and they have a chance going at Anfield.
Yeah, there are so many angles I can use for that. I'm just going to say I'm disappointed that Slot said some crap like that. I think we can now say that Slot is the David Moyes of Liverpool. The irony is David Moyes is probably the most hated coach for Scouse, a Liverpool fan, but Slot to Liverpool is what David Moyes was to Manchester United. You are Liverpool. It's not so long ago that we were talking about Liverpool as the best team in England. It's not so long ago we were talking about Liverpool as a dynasty. And now the Liverpool coach is talking about happy leaving Paris only down 2-0. No, in reality, he's actually right. I actually agree with him. But there are some things that the coach should not say. And that's what disappoints me. That should not be coming out of the coach's mouth. The coach should be disappointed that his team showed up and never put up a fight. The coach should be disappointed that his team showed up and is lucky that PSG felt sorry for them because the game should have been 6-7, 8-0. And he should be pissed off at the score. He should not be happy or finding some positive in only being down 2-0. This is Liverpool. This is madness.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody go through difficult days, and Liverpool going through their difficult days. Every team going through difficult days. We'll get to Leicester City later
No,
on,
no, no.
going through a difficult day.
But that is true. But the coach is hired to get them out of difficult periods. Is not hired to acknowledge a difficult period. That's why coach. Yeah.
Go ahead, Junior. Sorry.
No, I said that's why coaches have A-type personalities. That's why coaches are the ones that come out and feel like they can turn water to wine. Deserve it.
You're forward again with this thing again? Deserve it? Yo,
That's
the
what I'm
A-type
saying, though,
personality got beaten out at Orange Slot this season. All right? He's now alone.
Okay. Well, hey, the lamb has risen.
Yeah, you know, last year when they were beating and teaching folks, you saw how snob he was at the press conferences, right?
Exactly.
The air of arrogance. You notice how he humble himself now.
Yup. It's disappointing to me. Very disappointing.
Liverpool fans, big up to all Liverpool fans, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, joining BCN Sports halftime show. Remember to smash the like button because tomorrow is a brighter day, family. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, Liverpool. Definitely. Continue our Champions League roundup, family. Atletico Madrid, Football Club Barcelona. Wait, before we even leave this game, PSG. We have to highlight what PSG is doing right. You know, we don't want to be one of those media houses that just focus on the negative. Junior,
go ahead and try to focus on PSG's positive. Let me hear.
I mean, the width, the speed out wide is absolutely breathtaking, and we've known that they've always had this. But when it comes together, that second goal, is it the second goal? Where the build-up player, where I think it's Savanoff, the goalkeeper, send the ball out wide to, this was actually saved by Mardishville. Send the ball out wide to the left back. The left back then flip it over upon his shoulder. Or, I think it was Vitinha dropping into a left, almost like a left back. Then he flip it one time to a midfielder. Midfielder one time to Nuno Mendes. Mendes then one time across the box to Douay. Douay's 4 passes. I was like, this is beautiful football. And they were in on goal on Mardishville goal. He did make a good save though.
No. With all that being said, PSG was extremely wasteful.
Yes.
Extremely wasteful. PSG, honestly, when I watch a game, I'm torn trying to figure out who is the favorite to win Champions League. Because to me, Bayern Munich and PSG are like identical twins. Both dynamic, but both very wasteful going forward. And I'm going to say something that's weird. I am picking Cholo to win Champions League this year. I'm picking Cholo to win Champions League. As crazy as that sounds, Benton, I am picking Atletico Madrid because as dynamic as PSG looks, they were so wasteful. And they're not going to get the opportunities against Atletico Madrid like they do against Liverpool. Hell, the second leg might end up going to penalties.
You're picking Cholo to win it. Okay, I was just looking at the
I am picking Atletico Madrid to win the Champions League.
Okay. It would be I would be very happy for Cholo. I think he would deserve it. I mean, he deserves it. Now he would. He deserves it. I mean, but he still has to win it. So
this is the perfect year for him to win.
Because I'll leave that right there, so. But I want to touch it. But I would be very happy for him if he's able to win it.
This is the perfect year for him to win it because these teams, as impressive as they are, as impressive as Bayern Munich was at the Bernabeu, there's still something there that make you look at them and say, something just look too wide open.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like for me, even Cholo's team against Barcelona, even 10-man Barcelona have them a little bit. And we'll step right over to that game. Barcelona suffered a 2-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid. Barcelona went down to 10 men after Kubarsi picked up a red card. Junior is joining in via video. In a sec, I guess Junior will join in here. All right, Junior, you need to log off one of them thing there so we can.
Yeah.
There you go, Junior. All right. The thing is that, Atletico Madrid won 2-0 against Barca, but even at 2-0, I felt like it's not the usual suspect Atletico Madrid. Defensively stout, I think that is concerning. And it's, okay, Cholo, you want to play more expansive football and more attractive football, but this is not necessarily par for the course for Cholo to win. Basically, can Cholo win Champions League playing this way? And I'm not convinced he can.
That is true, but okay, I'll leave it. Because we're not even sure. Because you rightfully said we're not even sure how the second leg going go. Barcelona at times looked like they were the team that was upper man.
Move
right?
your light over to the left there. You have a light that you need to. Yeah, people apologize for might as well even stay up on the phone. All right, there you go, Junior.
They're the business. We're in.
Remember to smash the like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel, BCN Sports Halftime Show. So regarding this game, Julian Alvarez, for the English speakers, Alexander Serla were the goal scorers for Atletico Madrid. That was a rotted goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful goal. Barca's coach Hansi Flick felt like they should have gotten a red card to Pubel. Pubel should have been sent off. Is it Pubel? Pubel should have been sent off. It's a player where the goalkeeper looked like he passed the ball to the player, and the player then decided to spot the ball to take the back kick. And Hansi Flick says, the man handled the ball in the box. That should be a red card and a penalty.
Well, I don't know about the red card, but penalty, yes, because there's precedent being set. I think Aston Villa, Thierry Henry spoke about it where Tyrone Mings did the same infraction. I don't think a penalty was given though, but this is the thing, and I'm going to speak out of both sides of my mouth now. Actually, you know what? Even at the youth basketball level, coaches ask the parents for 24 hours. Give them at least 24 hours to decompress before you start bombarding them with questions. Why is my kid not playing? Why is this? Why is that? Because the emotions are so high, right? So just imagine at this $1 billion venture or this $1 billion impacted game, Hansi Flick within the hour afterwards, he's not going to be rational. So half the things that they talk about, it should have been called a handball, but red card, no, he's just being emotional. No, Benta. No.
This $1 billion industry invests heavily in training these coaches, especially at the high level, to media speak.
Humans are still humans.
Yeah,
we're still humans.
But we also have some humans who come after a mad game and them keep them emotions in check. Hansi Flick is just feeling the pressure of another year of failure in Champions League.
Fair.
Now, in forward round here, aka for the non-Jamaican audience, he's looking for excuses. He's here looking for excuses. Brother, there is nowhere Atletico Madrid is supposed to beat Barca at home. We saw the game this weekend in the La Liga where Barca went to the Wanda, Atletico's home. Many of us thought that was a stupid, meaningless game in the grand scheme of things. But here it is now. The one game that you're supposed to most importantly win at home so you can try to win the Champions League, you lose the game.
And we talked about it on the watch along that this could be a sandbag moment for Cholo. Now, granted, the red card made a difference. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. The red card made a difference. As a Manchester United fan, I'm trying my best not to feed you easy fodder to come and say I'm being biased or I'm being hateful. But Marcus Rashford needs to do better. Marcus Rashford needs to do better. At this level, is difficult opportunities he had. The one where he went around the goalkeeper should have scored. I mean, you realize over space of 2 games, Lamine Yamal has given 2 peaches of a pass and neither was converted to a goal, which is so unfortunate.
And one was
so unfortunate.
Olmo on Saturday.
Yeah, and then Rashford today.
was Rashford. Listen.
Very unfortunate. Guys, Benton is a rotted ball, you know, man.
Listen. Marcus Rashford is doing the best he can. Football Club Barcelona should not be dependent on Marcus Rashford, a kick and run it down baller to win ball games. But this is where we are. This is where we are in Football Club Barcelona landscape. You notice the Barcelona fan, Donald, is very quiet on the chat. The only thing he perked up his head to ask about was that a red card. Because he knows that this Barcelona team is absolutely nowhere where Barcelona needs to be. And he said it last year. I'm going to echo the sentiment that he said after they got eliminated against Inter Milan. Hansi Flick is playing this defensively high line, and it's a recipe for disaster, and he doesn't know any other way. Hansi Flick doesn't know any other way, and any team with any decent planning can break this line and beat him. I mean, Barcelona, take a picture over. Come on for the chat. Come on to the chat. Big up to Cholo Simeone.
I'm telling you, this it feels. The reason why it feels like Atletico Madrid's year is because every other opportunity that presented itself, we always used to say, if Cholo could just find a dynamic striker, if Cholo could have a dynamic attack. And the irony is the attack is what carrying Atletico Madrid right now. The defense is not as strong as it used to be. It's not as vaunted as it used to be. Can them get all? The irony, not the irony though, the thing though is, in one game, if you give Cholo one game against anybody, he's going to put a game plan together. I have every confidence in him in that one game. It's just to get there. So if they can exercise the demons and beat Barca at home, and not even beat Barca at home, just survive the tie, they have a chance. I really do think they have a chance.
I mean, they're on the easier side of the draw. They will play the winner of Sporting Arsenal on that side of the draw. I mean, if you can beat Barcelona, you should be able to beat Sporting or Arsenal.
No, all right, come on. Let's not disrespect Arsenal. Arsenal is going to go.
I don't care about disrespecting Arsenal. This is levels to this, man. Come on. Arsenal win a serious trophy from when?
But the thing with Atletico Madrid now against Arsenal is going to be. Oh, sorry. Restream gave me a BS response a while ago. Okay. Big up to all those on TikTok watching as well. But anyway, it threw me off. Restream threw me off a while ago. Give me a notice about a free trial. Like, we don't have a free trial.
I saw that. It's they said make your moments viral.
Yeah, go
what
away.
What are you doing in your life? Tired of AI, Bridget. Tired of it. Back to the reasoning.
Yeah, so Arsenal presents a different kind of a problem for Cholo and Atletico Madrid. Arsenal actually perfects what Atletico Madrid wants to be. Or put it this way, Arsenal perfects what Cholo would like to be. And I think that semi-final is going to be a staring contest on who blink first. That's how I see that semi-final. Now, Bayern versus PSG, that's like 100-goal game.
So weird. All right, and people want to make sure to highlight the scores. Arsenal defeated Sporting 1-0. That's not done yet. They still have to go to the Emirates. Bayern Munich defeated Real Madrid 2-1 at Santiago Bernabeu. Done yet. Them still have to go off for them yard, aka at the Munich Stadium. So, but Junior is proclaiming that these ties are over. Is that I'm getting that right?
Yes, because with what I saw in the first leg, for Real Madrid to overturn that tie, they would have to call on the ghost of the Galacticos pass. And I don't think those ghosts exist anymore. Bayern Munich was wasteful against Real Madrid, just like PSG. That tie should have been done and dusted a long time ago. So, anything is possible. Kylian Mbappe is still one of the best players in the world. For me, he's the best player in the world. So he can give it at 90 minutes of unstoppable force. He can present that dynamic, and Real Madrid can outscore Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. Plus, Bayern Munich, as vaunted as they are, they're still unproven at this level. If there are levels to this thing for Arsenal, there are levels to this thing for Bayern Munich as well when they're going up against Real Madrid. A bunch of players that have done it before. So I agree with you. There's still a chance. However, I am siding with Bayern Munich. I am siding with PSG. Them ties done.
Big up to Michael Olise. I thought he was outstanding yesterday.
Yeah.
And I actually think that the growth, it's young players watch the evolution of this kid. We always know he was talented. Same thing with Dwayne over at PSG. It's nice to see the progression of players. He seemed to be a player that is quite humble and keeping his feet on the ground. Now over to the Real Madrid side, Kylian Mbappe. Yo, he is in a rough patch, I think. He's been absolutely miserable in front of goal. And what I mean by that is that he is missing chances which even Junior would score. He missed a sitter over the weekend in the Mallorca game, and he missed a couple yesterday in the Champions League. And if Kylian Mbappe is not scoring, then scoring at a high rate. He did score that one goal yesterday. Then that's a whole nother problem for Real Madrid. It's a whole nother problem if he's not scoring at the high level, high rate that he normally does.
Yep.
So better get it right. Better get it right by next week. Champions League roundup brought to you by the folks over at, I don't know, Junior. Do we have a sponsor for the Champions League roundup?
UBA Rattlers, I guess.
Continuing our halftime show, let's step over.
Hey, big up UBA Rattlers,
Let's step over and take a look at the Reggae Girls. The Reggae Girls getting ready for Antigua this week, Friday evening, family. Yo, Junior, I want to encourage the fans of Jamaican football. Rise up, roll out, park up the stands this Friday because the Reggae Girls need all the support. All this run up and down behind the Reggae boys and who are coach this and that, and yo, leave them things alone. A Reggae Girls time right now. Junior, your thoughts on this lack of high level sort of push for this game with the Reggae Girls from the brass and the people to be in power?
Big up to the Reggae Girls Foundation and the work that they have done. Big up to the Reggae Girls Foundation, that the work that they continue to do. And there's a lot of work that they are doing that goes unnoticed. And big up to that. I'm bigging up everybody that has taken part in that foundation. That is a selfless act, and it's something that is rare in today's world, where we don't see a lot of that. Right. With that being said, with that selflessness, also probably is not misguided, but there's some opportunities lost as well. And I think that is where other groups, other people, other organizations need to take up the slack and help the Reggae Girls Foundation. And I know there's other people. Big up JFF too. The JFF plays a huge role in the Reggae Girls being where they are. With that being said, like you said, Benton, a serious push need to happen on the island for the girls.
Why
There are
like media houses, vloggers, Mr. World Trace the Super Man, why aren't these pundits and men and women who have a large platform, large audience, talk about the Reggae Girls? All me I hear about who
you want me to be
coach,
honest?
I what coach Reggae boys, who are this, what this your brother I say, which player not get selected. Yo, we don't have time for no losers, man. That side of lose already.
Do you want me to be honest?
Yes, I mean it's an honest show.
So my honesty unfortunately might hurt some feelings, but it's because the Reggae Girls are a big unknown. We have a lot of players who are two-time World Cup qualifiers. A lot of people don't even know how some of them sound.
But
a lot of people have never
ability to do that, to market those players.
So this is weird. This is weird. No, I said big up the Reggae Girls Foundation. They are doing a lot of selfless work, but there are also some areas that are left wanting, and making these young women, or making these women. I don't even know the word. And you know what? You know what? The reality is, it's hard to talk about women because there's a stigma that comes with it, and there's a perception that comes with it. But the reality is, they are not marketable. Bonnie Shaw, the best female striker in the world right now. Jamaica should be in the front of that. And every Jamaican supposed to walk around with bunny sharp and the painted on them forehead. But there's a stigma that goes with it. And I understand the women, they have to defend themselves and defend their property. They have to do that. They cannot put themselves out there in the limelight like that. However, there's a cost that comes with their lack of exposure. That lack of exposure comes with a cost, and that's what we're seeing right now. They don't get the support that they should get at home, and they are a novelty right now. And again, I'm just going to be honest. I'm sorry for my honesty. They are just a good story right now. Jamaica, the small island of Jamaica, two-time World Cup qualifiers, blah blah blah. Make it on CNN, make it on all of these big media houses. The second Jamaica women's football team fall off, none of those media houses going to fart on them anymore. So you have to build a base at home. And again, I think the foundation falls short with that. I don't know what effort they are putting in, but unfortunately, because I don't live in Jamaica. But enough shock waves is not coming out of Jamaica for us to feel it here, to say, the Reggae Girls is a commodity in Jamaica. And that is disappointing to me. Very disappointing.
Let me rebut what you just said. Thank you for your honesty, though. In terms of the marketing department, so you touched on the marketing aspect of things. You know, I don't know if the Reggae Girls Foundation as an NGO is in their purview to market. You see what I say? So I am not sure if that is something that legally they can do, market a product or whatever. So we have to check the. All right. So then B. Yeah, you said the Reggae Girls is a good story right now, and they're not marketable. I know say I misspeak. Listen, right now, you don't need to. You don't need the Jamaican a yard in entirety. You don't need the entire Jamaican community a yard. Because I understand we can't go around it and acknowledge and ignore the fact that there is a segment of Jamaican community that don't want to watch women play ball. And that is absolutely fine. Fine. Cool. We not force no man nor no woman to watch women's football who don't like and appreciate the product. But what you do have is a large diaspora. A diaspora with a long pile of money. And what you should do is market the Reggae Girls to that diaspora. New York City, Reggae Girls tour come through when them debut. Reggae Girls jersey them supposed to sell. No, because it's a huge Jamaican community. You market these players, get them, of course, I know that it's hard because they play different parts of the world, blah, 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 and they need, but you build a package when they're off-season, friendly games, put them in a market where the diaspora can run in and support them. Brethren, we jump in a car almost brought down to watch Bug Reggae Boyz side round a cow corner. Why wouldn't we do the same for go watch Reggae Girls? Because there are people in diaspora who say, yo, for Jamaica, we're all in and they're willing to spend money and back team, right? So I think from a marketing standpoint, the Reggae Girls should be marketed to the diaspora. Yeah, the Jamaican audience want support. Some will, some won't. But there is a lot of money to be made if you tap into the diaspora audience. So, Mr. Yo, Tanya, link me now. Marketing manager of a JFF, link me. No, because, alright, we saw a rollout campaign for the Reggae Boyz and how all these banana chips company running. Milo must be the dep on board. I guess they never drink enough Milo for the DR Congo game. Yo, but there are Jamaican companies in the diaspora that's making good money, that's also invested and investing in Jamaica, who you can attract as a sponsor. So, and again, if you market to the diaspora, Kiki Van Zanten, Houston Dash, Bala, Jamaican. Amelia Van Zanten. Yo, we are what San Diego be a play with what Cameron Simmons or whatever. People have our jersey. Have to market to the diaspora.
I agree. And you know what? Both of us can be right at the same time.
Both of us can
market
be right.
to local, market to diaspora.
Yo.
Why they can't do that?
Right now, where our big baller name, the Anfield General, Chantel Swaby. Meet and greet. Chantel. Meet and greet. Yeah, man, we have to do the thing, man. And I think, but that is something long term. By the way, JFF is getting a whole heap of ideas tonight. Well, JFF.
Yeah, for sure we give JFF good ideas.
No, JFF, don't do that. Don't be the one to market the Reggae Girls up here because nobody up here not trusting them. The diaspora.
Hey, BM says. BM says JFF, the reggae will always be known as Sidella Marley's project.
Yes.
They're talking about the Reggae Girls.
Yeah.
That's why a certain man in the JFF fight out Sidella. Even Visa sponsor Reggae Boyz. What a set of man workless. Oh, that reminds me, Benton. I was supposed to read.
Look at BM. BM says I will never watch another Reggae Boyz game. You know how many Reggae Boyz fans said this over the last few weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Junior, go ahead.
Trying to find it. Hold on.
And my suggestion to JFF is that your reputation is in the mud under the current Ricketts administration. Because we're adults, we can't keep it real. And so to do some marketing, I would highly recommend you hire a third party if you do it. Don't do it yourself. Let somebody put in front to represent you. Just like, get the modeling ladies up front. The ones who are eloquent and can attract an audience. Them look a great back Monday from JFF, go run a back. That's my recommendation. Hire a company and market this product. Reggae Girls versus Antigua, Friday, April 10. Junior is looking up for a comment. We'll do a watch along. We're going to build our vibes. We're going to run the show and beat and teach Antigua and Barbuda, Junior.
Yeah, that is the expectation, and until they get their act together, squad can't travel this.
And Antigua Barbuda, we love it. We're all part of the Caribbean, but is that
no, not right now.
Send
not right
the
now.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, just go get your beat, your boss ass, and go about your business. Until they get their act together, the Reggae Girls have to continuously defy the odds and just beat up everybody. Like you said, beat and teach. So ask no question. Beat and teach.
As for the game itself, things that I would like to see, Busby, Coach Busby Jr. with the camera there. Listen. Ada Malcolm, she was outstanding in the number 10 role late in the game. You introduced her against Nicaragua. I'm not tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do. She was outstanding against Nicaragua in that number 10 role. Start her in that number 10 role. Because what we want to evaluate against Antigua, Barbuda, and other of these teams is depth. Drew Spence is coming back. Don't even pressure Drew. Just tell Drew Spencer, yo, go and put your leg up, get a 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I want to see Adam Malcolm in that 10 from minute 1 to see how she goes about it. She was excellent, and I think that she probably changed the game against Nicaragua because it's a very close contest. And I was a bit surprised that, she can't play the 10. And I went and looked at her club productivity, and she also played that role with her club. Cameron Simmons. If I see Tiffany Cameron playing right back one more time, cut it out, coach. Cameron Simmons should be starting at right back. She was superb in that game. Tiffany Cameron, we love you. Try right wing. Try the bench. We'll talk to you another time. At depth we are dealing right now. Amelia Van Zanten, the baby sister, needs to be on the field. We need to get Atlanta Primus some rest. Can't have the starting 6 I play every game just so. Give her some break. Jody Brown, salt at yourself. We need you to come forward and do something. You're a French baller now, coming back from injury. Let's see if you have grown. Those are things I'm looking for, son. Friday evening now, 8 p.m. We'll kick off about 7:50, 7:45. They are about. Those are the things I'm looking forward to.
You know something I would about.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. I will be here. I'll be playing some of other tunes. And what else? What else we want to run? Big League and some other tunes. And
Beat and teach.
No Vibes Cartel, though.
Oh?
Junior, did you find the comment?
Yeah, but I don't want that for the mood. So you don't. This is going to be an open letter to JFF and to the Jamaican public. So I'll wait until the end when we're done the show.
All right, continuing our football roundup. Let's get to the Reggae boys. We can't go around it anymore. I just quickly, just an update. Mike Ricketts, president of the JFF, put his back in, Junior. He said he's tired of the foreign coach, basically. They've tried the foreign coach. Just to make sure let me get this up. He said, we've tried the foreign coaches and, he's willing to back Spied and Mr. Coley to take for the next 2 years. Spied says he's not in any rush. He's got a lot of opportunities and he's evaluating his options.
Okay. I mean,
is it a bit perplexing for you that the president of the organization is not even going to have an open vetting process, but he's already saying that, me already know who me are back. I think this brother forget the work.
What do you mean by back? Isn't he the one that ultimately makes a decision on who the coach is going to be?
Well, they'll make a recommendation to the board, and then the board will decide.
Whatever. I don't know what to say. You're done because I'm ready for to start the open letter to the Jamaican.
Yeah. Is this our football run? I thought you said at the end of the show.
Oh, what more to talk about? All right, go ahead.
All right, Junior is ready to wrap up the show. BM says, just running through some other news. Let's see what else. There was one more story coming out. Serbia, FIFA, yes. Serbia travel concerns undermine World Cup potential. This is a survey released by the non-profit U.S. Travel Association, Junior, speaking of the World Cup. A lot of potential travelers to the World Cup from 10 markets: UK, Germany, France, Brazil, Canada, Mexico. So they're concerned and not too excited about coming to the World Cup, family.
So what, they're taking a boat through the Strait of Hormuz?
Hey. All right, then just attend on the yard and watch it on TV.
Just watch it on a big screen. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who
cares? The organizers cares.
They don't. The tickets already sold out. They already got their money. Remember we covered the
World
story
Cup
that
hotels and Forbes is saying that more hoteliers are saying that they are not seeing the boom in booking as they would have expected.
because it's only rich people coming to the World Cup. They're not going to your cheap ass hotel.
Junior,
I'm sorry.
If the World Cup is just for rich people, then you're not doing something right as a product developer. Then.
The goal of the World Cup is, if you're the product developer, is to make money, and they're making their money.
Yeah, and how many rich people is gonna spend? These American rich people care about World Cup.
It's a global thing. Enough rich people are in the world right now. They're not even coming to the game necessarily to even cheer on the team. They're just coming here to hang out because it's a fanfare and it's a thing to do. You have people that go to Wimbledon and watch tennis and don't even know what a fault is.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Not in this global market these days where geopolitical things are all over. Some rich man them say, yo, I'll keep my money in the Strait of Hormuz.
Well, you see, that is where the angles. This is the angle that all these people are taking on right now without saying what is really on their mind. They don't want to support the World Cup in America because of their current political standing on a global scale. So they're trying to find everything to just be pissed off about. At the end of the day, that's all that's happening,
But at the end of the day, you can only look at the data and make a conclusion. At normal time, normally during World Cups, 2 months out, hotels, Qatar, Russia, Brazil were all booked, but apparently the same thing is not happening in this World Cup. Well, we're going to wait till a week before?
But all right, fine. That is true. But what is the reason?
Imagine all the back road of Atlanta people who are looking for customers.
No, yes, but all right, because I think we can end up going in circles. I don't want to go in circles with this. It is a catch-22. America locked the gate on foreigners. And no, they did. Come on, that's the reason why the hotels are not selling out for the World Cup.
Sir, they said you're welcome to come to the game and enjoy games and enjoy yourself. You just need to leave when it's time. You ain't got to go home, but you have to get the hell out of here.
So that's the propaganda that they're selling. But how much people can afford the gold card? You realize you don't hear nothing about the gold card in the news since, you realize that?
Well, BCN Sports is not affording a gold card.
Exactly. So the people that the hoteliers are that is reporting on are dependent. The people at the hoteliers are dependent to buy out those hotel rooms from Ukraine, not Ukraine, from Iran. I would be an asshole to say Iran, the people from Norway that will buy those hotel rooms, they can't afford the gold card. I know Norway is a bad example. The people from DR Congo that would book out those hotel rooms, they cannot afford the gold card.
Well, you don't know. I mean, you got people in DR Congo money long.
So why the hotel rooms them that long that packing out then?
Because the man them have other things to do.
No, because the gate lock. The gate lock. It's a catch-22. FIFA come out and say we sell out all our tickets them already. So who buy the ticket them?
Well, maybe it's people who bought it up to resell it. I mean, of course, in the U.S. market, by law, you're allowed to resell tickets through StubHubs. By the way, this is not sponsored by StubHubs or Ticket Masters. In normal World Cup cycle, all resale tickets will go through FIFA medium or FIFA site. But in the U.S. market, by law, you have to allow these third parties. So all these little people who think they make a bag of money from the World Cup, good luck to them, because they are still going to wait for one, when ticket prices drop to bottom out, and we say, I was about to say we're going to watch Jamaica, but never mind.
And keep the bottom out argument to yourself.
All right, this is true. JFF already hired a marketing company led by Tanya. Her company is Leap Marketing. BM says the World Cup will be a disaster. Also, FIFA greed is killing the sport. Yeah, man, FIFA move away. FIFA greed, and but I think the African Football Association and CONCACAF, Caribbean and Central American nations need to come together and overthrow Gianni Infantino. Elect someone that will represent their best interests. I don't think Infantino represents CAF and the Caribbean best interests. Jack Warner, I see you, brethren. I see you. Before we go to your news, Junior, DR Congo, we're going to give them a shout out because it's a football show. This is a halftime show, not football show, sports show. DR Congo players, Junior, received cash, land, car, all sorts of thing. Qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Congrats
it feel like when Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, don't it?
Yeah, and what them they get what?
Was Rolls Royce? Rolls Royce, right?
Was it Rolls Royce? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, this is more than football. It's a victory for the entire country, said the president. The generous incentives are expected to further motivate the squad as they prepare. Motivate to do what? No motivate to do. Rewards the team with cars, cash, and land after a historic World Cup qualifier. I didn't get this is out of Ghana web. So DR Congo, 52 years family, big up, and to the DR Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo players.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And Junior, that step my hand in the off to you, and you want to highlight now.
So big up to Claggy Seba. Left a comment on one of the shorts that we were talking about when we said that they were making it political. This was even before the playoffs started. He recently left a comment on that short 2 days ago, and I responded and said, I'm going to read this verbatim on the show. So big up, Claggy Seba. It's a long comment, so that's why I have to give him the respect of him owning the comment and also highlight it. So big up Claggy Seba. I'm going to title this as the message to JFF, or as an open letter to JFF and the Jamaican diaspora. Jamaican football is hot lava, which got cold in August 1998, and schoolboy football too. On June 14, 1998, I said, see you guys to my wife and my 2 young boys and jumped in my car and drove the 157 kilometers, 2 hours from Cranham, Belgium to Stade Félix Bollard in Lens, France to watch the World Cup 1998 between Jamaica and Croatia, 2 debutants to world football. I found a parking not too far from the stadium and city center, which means it was time to put on my costume. And the costume was all the trimmings, as in the colors of the country. As I walked toward the stadium, I heard, "Hero Scott," which stopped me in my tracks. I asked myself, who the heck knows me in France? Anyway, when I turned around, it was another Jamaican supporter coming over from London, England, my former schoolmate and teammate from back home in Falmouth, Jamaica. Even though I knew I wasn't going to World Cup 2026, I was still hoping that Jamaica would make it so as other fans that said of the world would experience what I experienced in France 28 years ago. I watched the match between Jamaica and DR Congo on my computer and was very livid. Let me make it very clear. This is the worst Jamaica national football team ever to don those beautiful combination of colors. The team was so bad that if Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder was playing defense for the DR Congo team, they would get Man of the Match award. How so, readers might ask themselves gingerly? I asked myself during the game, what are they doing? Standing around like a fart in a colander, not doing anything useful. All Stevie and Ray need to do is to make sure their nostrils are not blocked. Ray sniffs. Okay, Bailey is right here scratching his testicles, as in doing nothing. Ray to Stevie, who is standing beside you. Stevie, let me sniff. Okay, Kadamatari is right here beside me like a fart in a hurricane. These football dunces fail to understand that it is easier to go past a defender without the ball than with the ball, as in, there was no running off the ball. Everybody wants to dribble their way to the goal line. Another thing they don't understand is that the ball will never get tired, and if the ball is unplayable, then it will simply be replaced, which means you must let the ball do the work and save your strength for saving your team from a dangerous situation. The Jamaica team treats the DR Congo goalkeeper like a fart in a lift for months. It's like a fart in an elevator for months. Because of these schoolboy errors, football needs a revamp in Jamaica, and we must start with schoolboy football. From now on, we must build our national team from the DaCosta Cup, Manning Cup football, and Jamaica Premier League, and done with this only want to play World Cup football Jamaicans. The Jamaicans who can't make their country's teams that they are living in. Many of the players would need a diagram to serve spaghetti on a plate. The schoolboy football should be the football academy. The same way how we built our track team from boys and girls champs. In saying all that, the schoolboy football, especially the Costa Cup, needs a shake-up. Last season, 61 teams took part, which I think is too many schools. The Costa Cup is a prestige schoolboy football competition and should be treated as such. The players must possess a certain amount of skills to play in it. And right now, we are not seeing much skills in many players. On many occasions, I found myself counting the players while watching the game, wondering if it is more than 22 players on the field. I noticed many times 20 players running after the ball like how flies follow doodle. They are as useful as a sieve. For example, rename the Costa Cup with the Costa Cup Prime with 20 schools and divide the other 41 schools in 2 competitions. For example, the Costa Cup 1 with 20 schools and the Costa Cup 21, the Costa Cup 2 with 21 schools. The top or bottom 5 schools will move up or down, which means there are incentives for the players to fight to the end for every point, avoiding red and yellow cards. Those red and yellow cards might sink your schools into the lower league if schools are tied on points. I would suggest this year, 2026, the Costa Cup competition should be the last of this overcrowded, stagnant, and lackadaisical approach competition. For example, the top 20 schools with the most points from the Costa Cup 2026 would form the Costa Cup Prime. The next 20 best schools would form the Costa Cup 1, and the last 21 schools would play in the Costa Cup 2. The relegation of schools would work as follows. The bottom 5 in the Costa Cup Prime would drop to DC1, bottom 5 in DC1 drop to DC2, and the top 5 in DC2 would go up to DC1, and the top 5 in DC1 would go up to DC Prime. The Costa Cup Prime's games should only play on Saturdays, and DC1 and 2 play on Wednesdays. I am of the opinion the players would want to improve their games and skills so as to reach DC Prime to play in front of bigger crowds and scouts come looking. Playing a football match in front of a man and his dog is not a laughing matter. It is very unmotivating. There must be a change, and this could be a good change for our football, which is like hot lava right now, as in it sticks to the ground and not moving. The least ISA can do is to discuss it with the schools, fans, shareholders, and sponsors. Hero Scott, that's the name. Big up Hero Scott. Big up Hero Scott. I have nothing to say about that, Benton.
Big up. Keep your comments coming in. Keep your comments coming in, and smash the like button. Yo, Hero Scott spoke about fart in the wind quite a bit there.
I did some good analogy.
Point well taken, though. I mean, I think quite a powerful statement. Junior, will the schoolboy student athletics situation work there? Because he's suggesting what sounds like a professional sort of setup.
So the unfortunate thing about that is the players have limited time. So even if a team gets promoted, chances are that promoted team next year might be trash, because you have a bunch of seniors right now playing, them get good enough to get promoted, and then next year is a bag of 9th grader and 10th graders playing, right? So that would need some fine-tuning on how you determine the relegation and the promotion. Maybe you rank the teams or tier them before the season starts. So it's not necessarily you get promoted or demoted from last year's results. You go based on the strength of your team. You put yourself in a strong grouping. There's no benefit to School A beating School B 50-0, which we have seen some lopsided scores. School A gets nothing out of it. School B gets nothing out of it. So why play that game? That's a waste of a football game. That's a waste of development time, right? So there is a point there, but ISA will have to sit down and they will have to really formulate a plan that makes, not to say makes sense, because what Hero Scott says makes sense. It's just that how do you combat when a team qualify for D1 and all them players graduate? How you combat that? So maybe ranking them, it's like how in American college sports, them have the preseason top 25. Do that. Have a preseason jamboree. Have some people sit down and evaluate the teams, evaluate the players that are coming back, and rank the potential in them. And then you can find the top 20 teams. You can definitely find it that way. That's how I would approach it.
Yeah. One thing is certain, that the current model is not working. So all suggestions are welcome. We're putting them together, and Junior will send them over to JFF. BM says, he says if Jamaica qualified, Andrew would just say congratulations and how proud he is. The Reggae boys would even get prayers from him.
I'm not touching Nothing political.
Big up to Mr. Wholeness, Brogard. But yeah, we need a overall shake up in terms of sports. And it's not something that's unique to Jamaica's football. It's not something that's unique to the Reggae boys. I think sports economy, sports business, sports administration across Jamaica and across the Caribbean could use a lift. And
Yeah.
student athletics is doing well, and athletics is probably doing well because of talent, and the boys and girls championship is probably the premier school boys and girls athletic championship in many parts of the world.
You can't. Athletics is a different thing. It's either you're fast or you're not fast.
So
So
it's not just fast or fast. As a farmer runner, I was once fast, but now I'm slow. But yeah, and they have to the nutrition. I think Camon highlighted this. Nutrition is an important thing, because when you talk to some D-cup ballers, but from a cultural perspective, nutrition could improve across the board. Not just for ballers, for just Jamaicans to live a healthier life. I that time for Goma we had. It's 10:07 in the Eastern time zone. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Friday again, the Reggae Girls will take the field against Antigua Barbuda. Looking forward to see these lovely ladies do what they do and do it well.
Yep.
Big up to those on the live. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Watch along on Friday. Lock and loaded. Ready up for Antigua. BM says, let's get you BM's comment here. He says, I know this is a football show, but big up Shania Douglas. I hope she makes a successful transition to the pros. BM, I know you're joining late, but I did big up the track and field, the athletes at the beginning. Yeah, man. Big up to Shania Douglas. Ran 22.
22:11.
22.11 seconds. 22:11 broke the record. This is not a football show, by the way. This is halftime. Anything goes, Big up. And the thing that is fascinating for me for young Shania Douglas is that she not only dominated at CARIFTA, but she dominated girls champs from a small school, athletic wise speaking. And she spoke so eloquently at the post race press conference, where she said, you know what? I want to tell all the athletes that you don't need to go to a big school. You have your coach, they will take care of you, and you have a compatible relationship. That just stay at the school. You don't need all I see bar athletes them. We're not buy all I JC people who are buy athletes at Green Island. Leave it alone. Shania Douglas. And I know BM will come for me with Shania with the C bar comment. But Shania Douglas, excellent. Big up. Looking forward to see her growth. Also, shouts out to the BCN 4x4 men's team, who was outstanding in winning that 4x4. I think they also set a meet record at the CARIFTA games. Defeated Jamaica, but when you see good athletes and good running, I have to give them credit. And that was one of the outstanding those were some of the outstanding performers at the just concluded CARIFTA games. So Shania Douglas, ready up. I'm excited. From Holland High School.
Yep.
Friday again. Big up to the people on the live. Smash the like button. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening and a safe Thursday. We'll circle back here Friday for the Reggae Girls versus Antigua Barbuda at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Look more, family.
Later.